KJ Costello gets a first place vote for the Heisman Trophy? Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's me again, Go to Blue Dude, and if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. I make college football videos every single day, and most of the time, multiple videos. So, a crazy start to the Heisman Trophy race. So, the first thing is Chuba Hubbard has plummeted out of the Heisman Trophy race. The second thing is KJ Costello has skyrocketed into the Heisman Trophy race. So, let's get into it real quick. First, the honorable mentions. Jaden Waddle, the wide receiver out of Alabama, he gets 1 point. Next up, the quarterback for Alabama, Mac Jones, 1 point. Next up, the running back for Clemson, Travis Etienne, 1 point. I thought he'd be a little bit higher. Nevertheless, 1 point. Next up, running back for Alabama, Najee Harris. He gets 2 points. So Alabama has 3 players technically in the race, but only with a combined total of 4 points. The next on the list is quarterback for Central Florida, Dylan Gabriel, and he has a total of 3 points. And then we get into people that actually matter as of right now. So number 6 is a person that I think should be higher on the list, and that is Derek King. He is a legitimate dual threat quarterback. Now, I have to go back for comparison years to 2018 because he didn't play much in 2019. So, Derek King's 2018 stats in the passing category, he was 219 out of 345. That's 64%. Threw for 2,982 yards, 36 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. In the rushing category in 2018, he rushed the ball 111 times for 674 yards, 6.1 yards a carry. That's better than most running backs. 14 touchdowns. Fast forward to 2020. Passing, 62 out of 93. That's 67%. 733 yards, 6 touchdowns, no interceptions. Rushing, 28 attempts, 154 yards, that's 5.6 yards a carry, still really good, and 1 touchdown. Derek King is a difference maker, and we already see it. Miami looks great. Derek King needs to be much higher on the list. Number 5 on this list. Oh, by the way, Derek King had 10 points, no first place votes. Next on the list, number 5, Kyle Trask, with 20 points, but no first place votes. 2019, he was 237 out of 354. That's 66%. Threw for 2,941 yards, just 25 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. This year, he's 30 for 42, 71%, 416 passing yards, 6 touchdowns, no interceptions. Then we get to the aforementioned number 4, KJ Costello. He has 30 points and 1 first place vote. What? Somebody wasted their first place vote on KJ Costello? Well, let me explain why. The stats. Here we go. In 2019, he played in 5 games. He was 102 out of 167, 61%, threw for 1,038 yards, 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. In 2020, in 1 game, he's 36 for 60%. That's not great. 623 yards. That is great for 1 game. But 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. In what world do those stats equal a first place vote? I don't know. Anyways, he's 4th on the list. Number 3, Sam Ehlinger out of Texas. 32 points, 1 first place vote. I'm okay with that. In 2019, dual threat quarterback, by the way. 2019 passing, 296 for 454, 65%. Threw for 3,663 yards, 32 touchdowns, but 10 interceptions. That's what hurt him. In the rushing category, 163 attempts for 663 yards. That's 4.1 yards a carry for 7 touchdowns. Not bad at all. In 2020, he's 52 out of 73. This is passing. 71% for 688 yards, 10 touchdowns, but already an interception. You got to watch those interceptions. For rushing, 19 attempts for 81 yards. That's 4.2 yards a carry and 1 touchdown. So there you go. Number 3, Sam Ehlinger. Number 2 on the list, hasn't even played, so we got to go by last year's stats. Justin Fields, 40 points, but no first place votes. In passing, he's a dual threat too, by the way. 238 for 354, 67%, 3,273 yards, 41 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. And that's why he's number 2 on the list. Great stats. Rushing, 137 attempts for 484 yards. That's 3.5 yards a carry and 10 touchdowns. Justin Fields, number 2. And we all know who number 1 is right now, and that is Trevor Lawrence. 60 points, and he got 12 of the 14 first place votes. He is the man to beat. So here we go. In 2019, passing, he's a bit of a dual threat, people forget. But in passing, 268 out of 407, that's 66%. Threw for 3,665 yards, 36 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions. And a lot of those were at the beginning of the year, which knocked him out of the Heisman. For rushing, 103 attempts for 563 yards. That's 5.5 yards a carry. That's not too shabby at all. Rushed for 9 touchdowns. In 2020, they have focused on passing. He hasn't really ran the ball. There's not any stats on that. There is, but it's all sack stats, not really rushing. Passing, he's 30 for 37, 81% for 519 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. So, right now, by far, Trevor Lawrence is the man to beat for the Heisman Trophy. But he will have to keep an eye on Justin Fields, and I think Derek King. I think those are your 3 legitimate Heisman Trophy contenders. I think KJ Costello is a flash in the pan. They're immediately rewarding him just based on a record-setting amount of yards, but it's Mike Leach, his coach. So that'll get figured out. So the way I expect it to finish, the top 3 will be Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, and Derek King. So there you go. That's all I got for you for this video. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on my next video.